Howdy, everybody. My name is Carrie Horning. I'm the Career Connected Learning Specialist for the NCESD 171. Excited to welcome you back to our North Central Washington Most Valuable Partner interview series. This is being brought to you by Career Connect Washington and the Apple STEM Network. Now, as I always like to do, I like to remind you that our goal today is to have each of you leave with a greater understanding of the services that are being provided by these community partners and how they might be able to help you and your students and even their families. So all of us at Career Connected Learning are super grateful, for our most valuable partners. We're honored that they've chosen to spend a little bit of time with us and share what they do, for everybody to kind of understand them a little bit better. So as I say, grab your lunch, sit back, and get ready for an extra dose of professional nutrition. Today's guest is Kybork Crocker. She's the Associate Director of Research with the Washington Student Achievement Council. When Emma isn't busy collecting, sorting, and presenting data, she and her fiance are donning their tool belts as they fully renovate their 1904 home in Seattle. And I'm not talking about redecorating. I'm talking about like the real deal. This is electrical and plumbing and all that good stuff. So, and tagging along is their old English sheep pup, Lily. So I told him, I said, we've actually been working together on a project. And so I told her, my husband and I built a home together about 11 years ago. And we were really hands-on, and we just celebrated our 30-year wedding anniversary. So any relationship that makes it through a total home renovation or build is surely going to stand the test of time. So congratulations on both the fiance and the home remodel. Welcome.
Thanks, Carrie. What an awesome intro. I love that.
All right. Well, I think more awesome will be when we get to see the photos. We might have to do an MVP recap, the following year. So
totally.
Anyways, well, you ready to do this?
Yeah, let's get started.
All right, let's do it. So tell us a little bit about Wsac. What is Wsac?
Yeah, so Wsac, or the Washington Student Achievement Council, is a 9-member council that's supported by a cabinet-level state agency. And so by law, we provide strategic planning, oversight, advocacy, and program administration to support increased student success and higher levels of educational attainment in Washington state. And we're also, and we'll talk about this a little bit later on, but we're also responsible for managing the state's financial aid programs.
Nice. So what's the mission at Wsac?
Yeah, I love that question. And I love to get to share this mission because I really think it's just so excellent. Our underlying mission is to increase educational attainment in Washington. So meaning we want to increase the number of Washington residents who have an education or training after high school, whether that's a bachelor's degree, an associate's degree, an apprenticeship, or some kind of workforce certificate. So ultimately, our goal is to have 70% of residents ages 25 to 44 with some sort of post-secondary credential. But currently, we're still short on that goal. So part of our work as an agency is developing a framework of strategic policy areas to achieve that goal. And underlying that is our belief that if we build an affordable and supportive educational environment, more Washington residents will enroll and complete a credential-bearing program after high school. Nice. And then, yeah, it's great. So again, those affordability, enrollment completion, and student supports are sort of our pillars, but at the center of all of that is equity, which grounds all of our work. So we're always thinking about, how can we include people of different racial backgrounds and different regional areas of our state and make sure that we're addressing barriers and those unique barriers for different groups.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. So, obviously financial aid, there are multiple programs, and that's what brought us together. So, just kind of the backstory for everybody who's attending is Emma and I got to know each other because we've been working on a Washington College grant project together that we'll kind of get into. But there's so many different financial aid opportunities. Can you tell us a little bit about maybe a few of them?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll start with the biggest one, which you just mentioned, which is the Washington College Grant, which is our largest need-based financial aid program in the state. So That program is super generous. Basically, a full award can cover tuition at public universities and community and technical colleges in the state, but it can also be used towards tuition at private colleges, also approved apprenticeship programs, and other short-term higher ed and training programs in the state. So it's super generous, and funding, what's really great about it is funding is guaranteed to anyone in the state who qualifies, including students who are undocumented. And basically eligibility is based on family size and income, and also the program that students attend. So for a quick example, a student from a family of 4 that makes up to $56,000 per year or less is eligible for a full award, which again can cover full tuition at public institutions in the state. But there's also partial awards that are available to students from middle income families all the way up to $102,000 per year for a family of 4. So like I said, very generous program, really wide ranging opportunities here. So that's sort of our biggest program. Again, Washington College Grant, just to get it out there. I'll just touch on one other program, which is the College Bound Scholarship, which is open to students who receive free or reduced price lunch, and they're signed up in middle school. And what's great about that program is by signing students up in middle school, it sort of can encourage students to start thinking about college and how they'll pay for college at a younger age, which we know is really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love all this. And, as the mother of 2, young girls, 2 young daughters who have already gone through all that, I wish I knew more of this back then, but I understand now too, as a parent, why it's so important for everybody to fill out the paperwork, because there is financing out there, for almost every single family in every single situation. It seems like maybe not every single, but it's still vast. The opportunities are vast. So yeah, thanks for that. So I'm going to actually take a second then and introduce kind of, the project that we were working on. So in the summer of, my timing is so off, I still think it's 2020, but in the summer of 2021, we were introduced to, came together to work on this project for Washington College Grant to kind of help increase the exposure and increase, the awareness of the fact that these funds are out there and everybody should reach out and apply for it. And so basically what we did is we put together these series of 5 videos. We have them available both in English and Spanish, and we put those links in the chat for everybody to take a look at. But what I'm hoping is that you'll kind of share that out. So if you share a screen, but we went around to all the school districts within the Ncw 171 and said, hey, listen, this is kind of a test pilot. We're trying to make students and families aware of the opportunities that exist out there. These are great little videos. They're just a minute and a half. They kind of pop right now with everything that's going on with TikTok. They're animated, they're fun, they're super to the point and direct. I think lots of great information. So that's what kind of brought us together and brought me to inviting you to the MVP series. But do you want to share those with us and kind of talk us through a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I share my screen here, and you're just joking, got to make sure I share the sound too.
That's right. Friendly reminder.
All right, can you see my screen? Maybe I'll try to make it,
Got it.
Full screen. Let's see, does that work? Full screen?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit play and we can, talk a little bit more about them. But basically there's 5 videos, like Carrie said, both in English and Spanish. They're each around a minute and a half at most. And they sort of break down, the pieces of financial aid, including who's eligible, how to apply, how much money will I get, but also ending with like a really nice message of answering the question, is education and training even worth it? Like, is it worth it? So that's sort of how we finished the videos. And Carrie said she'll share the video so you can watch them on your own time, but we'll start with the first one in English and then we can watch the second one in Spanish too.
So you're thinking some school after graduation is a good idea, but it might feel too expensive. You're not making the big bucks yet. Your parents can't hand you a bunch of cash. Might as well not even bother. But what if there is a way to get your degree or certificate paid for by someone else, like the state of Washington? Good news, there is. Washington State's new financial aid program, the Washington College Grant, or WCG program, is a new and exciting way to pay for your education and training. And don't let the name fool you. The WCG applies to 2-year, 4-year approved training, technical certificate programs, and apprenticeships. So it's not just college. This grant is available to any Washington State resident who meets the income requirement and can be used to cover most, if not all, of your in-state tuition. And best of all, it's not a loan, and it's not competitive. If you qualify for the program, the money is yours. Another program you should know about is the College Bound Scholarship. This scholarship is open to any Washington State middle schooler who is eligible for free or reduced lunch and can be applied to tuition. Some fees and a small book allowance you can use when you get to college later down the road. Check with your school counselor to see if you're signed up. And these are just 2 of many opportunities to help you access funds to attend school after graduation. There are tons of programs, scholarships, work studies, and loans out there to help people get over the money hurdle and continue with their education after high school. And best of all, many of these funding sources can be used together to cover just about all of the expenses related to continuing your education and training. Don't let money be the reason you don't pursue your college and career goals.
Yeah, I'm going to call it right now. I think I
think that those videos really did hit the mark. I love the fact that we're sharing them out today. So, yeah, big props to the North 40 for doing that.
Yeah, I was going to do the same. They did such a fantastic job of putting these together and really capturing that tone of excitement. I mean, financial aid is exciting to some like me, but maybe not to 17 and 18-year-olds. So, and here's the Spanish version.
All right.
Conozcamos más sobre el programa Washington College Grant, porque puede ser la solución para que los ciudadanos de Washington puedan pagar su educación tras graduarse de la preparatoria. Para empezar, el programa está abierto a todo residente del estado de Washington que cumpla los requisitos de ingresos sin importar edad, GPA o situación migratoria. Así que no solo sirve para quienes acaban de graduar, sino también para cualquiera que quiera volver a estudiar sin importar la edad. Y es muy fácil inscribirse en el WCG. Solo tienes que llenar las solicitudes de ayuda económica de Washington, la WASFA o FAFSA. Hay mucha gente y recursos para ayudarte. Y recuerda, no es una competencia. Si calificas, el dinero es tuyo. Los fondos sirven para pagar la matrícula en cualquier universidad pública estatal con estudios de 2 y 4 años, universidades privadas autorizadas, programas técnicos y pasantías. Encontrarás información adicional sobre este programa y una lista de las escuelas y programas aprobados en wsac.wa.gov/WCG. No te la pierdas. Entonces, ¿cuánto dinero recibirás?
Nice. Thank you for showing those to us. So I think we can say the data collection period is almost over. The feedback has been phenomenal. Maybe I'll let you speak to that a little bit deeper if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. So as part of this project, in addition to actually creating the videos and sharing them to students, we also put together some surveys to gauge student feedback and sort of think about, 1, were they getting the information? And 2, did they have any suggestions to improve them? So far, the feedback that we've received from students at, I think we have 18 schools in North Central Washington that have had students submit feedback surveys. We've heard about 90% of students said that they learned something new about the Washington College Grant from the videos. And then also the vast majority, I think also close to 90%, agreed that the information in the videos was relevant to them and their futures. So, we know that this is sort of one tool in the toolbox, if you will. They're short, they're sweet, but we also, it sounds like, students are really getting good information and clear information that's relevant to them through this sort of format.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been terrific. And I feel privileged to kind of, been a part of the project. So thanks for having me on that one. But so good. Well, moving forward. So what are you looking forward to in 2022 and beyond? What's happening this year and in the future?
Yeah, totally. Well, I think, and sort of just go back to the videos for a second, because I think one thing that's so great about this project has been the ability to work together with you all, with you, Carrie, and with North Central ESD and the Apple STEM Network, to be able to kind of take this state program and kind of translate it to a local, regional audience. And so working together has been really valuable for us, and we've really appreciated that. And it's also, what's great about these videos is, and you've seen them, they're translatable to other parts of the state. And so we're really eager and excited to kind of continue to expand the reach of this great information and these awesome videos to other parts of the state, and hopefully kind of work with other partners as well in this sort of same dynamic, because we think it's a really nice model.
Yeah, very nice. In fact, some of the feedback that I had, from the districts was that it's also, it's not time stamped. So they were feeling very confident about being able to use these videos next year with their students that are juniors now and going to be seniors. But one thing that we didn't talk about with everybody here today is that those videos have actually been shown all the way down into the 7th grade level for students. And so again, when we're talking about Washington College Grant and trying to get these kids signed up, at young ages, the fact that these are being viewed now currently by younger students, it just is going to continue to reinforce. So, and then if they see them again next year, hey, there are worse things. So I think it's great to have this, the fact that it's 7th grade through 12th grade right now. And I know FAFSA, completion rates, every district's trying to get theirs in and trying to get them done. I think there's always a big push in October, September, October, November. But we know, no district really, but rarely do they get 100%. So it's good that these are out and we're showing them. But yeah, it'll be nice to see them kind of be broadcast a little bit more, far and wide as we move into the rest of these years.
And I think that's a really good point about younger students, right? We know from research that early exposure really works and can change students' mindsets about, if you grow up thinking you're not going to be able to afford to go to college, then it's kind of too late by the time you get to 12th grade. So by exposing students to these great programs earlier, it can kind of change their mindsets and possibly change their behaviors, and hopefully encourage them, from an earlier age that, oh yeah, you can go to college and you can have it paid for. So we're really excited about that too.
Yeah. And, another point, I think maybe just to drive home is that it's not just college. It's not just the, 4-year university, but, the community colleges, it's the trade schools. I mean, that's, the skilled work, that's amazing. So, and that opens up, I think, a whole new, world to a lot of kids out there, students out there right now, especially who don't exactly know what they want to do. And unfortunately for the seniors, there's all that pressure always as a senior, like, I need to know what I'm going to do. But I think in this last, 18 to 24 months with COVID, a lot of kids, that's weighing heavier. So for the fact that they can see this and know, hey, wait a minute, maybe there's an option for me, in skilled trade or whatnot. I think it's, it's fabulous. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really, really important point. Thanks for bringing that up.
Oh, no problem. So, okay. Is there anything else that you'd like to cover? We're maybe about 9 minutes, 10 minutes out. Anything else that you'd like to tell us that maybe we haven't covered?
I think that really covers the bulk of it, Carrie. Just want to reiterate, like, we're so excited about this partnership and the ability to actually, because like I always say to you, I spend a lot of my time sort of thinking at that broad state level, looking at, numbers on a screen. So to be able to work with you, who gets to then work with schools and students and families, I mean, it's really, that connection has been really powerful. And we think that there's a lot of opportunity for impact there. So thank you again for your partnership.
Hey, no problem. It's actually been my pleasure. So I appreciate it. Like I said, it's been, it really has been fun. And it's been, following up that, again, the 18 to 24 months of COVID, I had a few counselors at a few different school districts say, oh my gosh, it's so good to have somebody in my office. You know? So when I went to, share this program with them and make the ask to, show the videos and take the surveys, I thought, oh gosh, I'm giving them one more thing. And they were just like, oh, it's so nice to see you. Yes, we'd love to participate. And then they saw how great the videos were and the whole, program was. They're like, this is amazing. So anyways, it's been great all around. So, well, we're doing pretty good time wise. So I'm going to open it up. I don't know. Do we have any questions from anyone? As you can either unmute or you can put it into chat, but I just want to make sure, kind of some housekeeping, that in the chat, there are the links to our YouTube channel that have both the series, and we have the series broken out into groups. So the first 5 videos are linked in with the English language, and then the second series is linked in through a separate link with the Spanish series of videos. So that's in the chat. But if anybody has any questions, feel free to open up and ask if there's any feedback. And if not, we might just be giving you back about 6 or 7 minutes of your time today. I don't know. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. So, okay, Emma, I'm going to say again, on behalf of Career Connect Washington and Apple STEM Network, thank you so much for joining us, taking time out of your schedule to do that. I am going to, edit this video down, and we'll put it out there for mass consumption on all of our social media channels. So if you want to share this out, anybody who's here today with us, you can find the link. It should be up, if not later today, then first thing tomorrow morning. So, yeah, thank you very much, Emma. I appreciate it. And I think we all want video or photos of the restoration completion. So,
oh yeah, stay tuned. And thank you. It's been such a pleasure.
Yeah, no problem. You're welcome. And we're getting thank yous in the chat. So thanks, everybody. Feel free to sign off and have a great day.